at the opening of Henshaw Park and we're trying to find out what residents think.
I think Parnwell has been an area that has sometimes lacked a high level of community contact.
We have done a lot of work to improve lines of sight and reduce fear of crime around Parnwell.
What Positively Parnwell has done has helped to bring more people together than would otherwise have been the case.
Today, Parnwell is a better place to live in.
If you invest in people, they can actually carry on the work that has been done.
It's given me an understanding of what I want to do for the rest of my career.
The community has had a massive input into the project.
Go for it. Even when the fair share is finished in this area, there's still things that can carry on.
Witam wszystkie panie, zapraszamy serdecznie na coczwartkowe coffee morning.
I first came here, I was appointed here to the role of Positively Parnwell Development Coordinator 2.5 years ago, and the main aim of the role at that time was to look at the sustainability of all the work that's carried on, had been started in Parnwell, all the positive stuff that had gone on.
Parnwell was a place where many different people lived together without knowing each other. There were a lot of people there already doing sterling work in bringing people together, but it was an area that did need more effort from the community, where people could get to know each other better.
That led to the formation of a local delivery group, and that was really the key thing. That was done very much through the Planning for Real consultation. So that had been started, and the primary school had already made the boards of Planning for Real, and then loads and loads of consultation was done in all areas of Parnwell with young and old, and then we came up with all this data. So we needed to have this local delivery group so that local people could prioritise the concerns of the residents of Parnwell.
The local delivery group is a group of residents who come together once a month with partners from various agencies, the police, the city council, local children's centres, and they discuss the issues that affect them specifically here within Parnwell, and then each of the partners that are there take away the issues if it's according to their remit, and work on solving that problem.
We had the first workshop meeting, lots of people attended, and we looked through all the data, and 4 action plans were put together. The group meet usually every 6 weeks. A core group of residents turn up representing the various groups in the areas and really add to the meetings, they really add value. But the other part of this is that agencies, whilst they can't always get to the meetings, and the neighbourhood department, they send really useful updates, and that is because the action plans that were created by this group are obviously useful working documents, and they're updated each time we have a meeting, and each partner and resident gets a copy of these, and so they can look at them and see where we're at with certain actions. The extension at the back.
When I came into the project, there was quite a large amount of funding waiting to be used on various projects around the area to improve the area for the residents. The main areas that was focused on was Henshaw Park, which was completely renovated, large areas of bushes cleared, new gym installed, new footpaths and general re-landscaping to make it a usable space. We have done a lot of work to improve lines of sight and reduce fear of crime around Parnwell. Where people are unable to see round corners on footpaths, they feel nervous and threatened and scared to walk around at night. By trimming back the bushes, removing them and returning areas to grass, we've been able to greatly reduce the fear of crime and make people feel more comfortable in the area. We also worked on the underpass project. I was able to give my apprentices a fund with which they could go and work on the underpass.
The underpass project was a big problem really. People were scared to walk underneath it. There was lots of rubbish around there that wasn't cleared out. The underpass lighting wasn't working. So when we got funding to regenerate it, it worked really well. The lights work now. We painted the ceiling to make it brighter at night time. There's a graffiti project that also went underneath there. It's made it look all creative. We dug out all the dogwood and replaced it with pretty plants, and you know, we just made the area look a lot nicer and for people to actually be positive about it and want to walk through there at night.
One of the key things that came up was the pavements, the bridges that were very slippery, so the wood needed sorting out, speeding issues, and a hub for the local community. 4 bridges in Parnwell were very quickly resurfaced. And a lot of residents were really pleased about this. I think there's a story that a blind lady said that when she walked across she could feel the new surface, and this made her feel so much safer. The main thing that the group has been working on, and that is that there was this wish for a community hub, and the community centre was a 70s building, and you know, it really needed a full refurbishment so that all the user groups that wanted to could make use of it, and very key that partners could get more involved and bring enhanced services to Parnwell.
I think it's really important that partners such as the police, health, young people's services and possibly Parnwell keep on working together, keep on putting resources in the form of time, money and volunteers to improving the area, involving local people in improving their confidence to make sure Parnwell continues to be a happier place in which to live.
Witam wszystkie panie, zapraszamy serdecznie na coczwartkowe coffee morning.
Children under the age of 5. We've got toys, we've got games for them, and we also have coffee and cake for the mums. Come on up.
Well, one of the projects that we kick-started here in Parnwell was there was a group of ladies that spoke English as a second language, and they were very keen to take English lessons to improve their English. So that was, we called it a coffee and cake group, and it led to the group of ladies going on to free ESOL classes, which they passed out last August.
Play with children, more confidence.
Learn English.
New friends.
I set up the Parnwell Outings group, which allows families to get out and about and experience new places, and also allows them to interact within the community, see what goes on, what's out there and what opportunities there are. I also run the Parnwell Chill Out Zone, and that gives youngsters the opportunity to come along, have some time out, learn all about youth activities, to take part in activities, to learn about their community and their surroundings. I'm really excited about the future because we've incorporated the sustainable element in both projects to begin with, and we believe that with the Parnwell Chill Out Zone that the youth are the next generation who can continue. So when they've seen what we've put in place, they're excited to put their own stamp on things and carry on for the future.
A community investment assistant is someone who has been invested in and is actually expected to invest back in the community. When I came into Parnwell, I didn't see the need to actually participate or be involved in the community. And since taking that role up and being trained through it, I kind of see Parnwell as ours now instead of just a community. It's more involving, it's more like owning your community, it's more like becoming an active citizen. Since I have been given the opportunity actually to be part of that program, I have been able to see Parnwell as ours instead of just a place that I'm living. when you invest in people, they want to give something back. It's much better than the infrastructure or the things that have been brought because of Parnwell. I mean, because of the program. It's not building up people who would carry on a legacy, which I think is more important than the infrastructure or things that are physical that could have been done there, because they can actually, if you invest in people, they can actually carry on the work that has been done.
Could you tell us a little about what the skills exchange is?
I can do an hour's weeding for someone, I get a credit for that. And then someone else, I decide I want painting. Someone else who likes painting can come and do an hour of that, and it's totalled up every week. We called it the Parnwell Skills Exchange at the moment, but we're just going to have it on a website. Ordinary people can go into that, or parts of that.
Well, I found this second-hand shed. We dismantled it, brought it here, and volunteers from the Skills Exchange helped us to put it together again. And in exchange, I edit the group newsletter.
We're hoping we'll grow. There's a fair amount of interest in the neighbouring estate, at least. So it's all looking positive.
We're here at the opening of Henshaw Park and we're trying to find out what residents think.
This is a very good thing, and putting in mind that everybody is thinking about their health, and the gym so far is so expensive to pay a monthly payment. Having this is a great thing for everybody.
I've been involved in the Fair Share Positively Parnwell project through the Community Reporters programme. Community Reporters is based on the idea that residents will communicate much more effectively with other residents rather than communication coming all the time from local authority or other organisations. So to start the scheme in Parnwell, we recruited a number of people, a number of residents, all kinds of different people, different ages, different backgrounds, and we trained them up to become the spokespeople for Parnwell and get the message across about the great stuff that's happening here.
We've had a new bus stop very close to us, and you've got shelter in it, which is very good. I've noticed a lot of people have used that more than they used to.
I've really noticed the difference over the last couple of years. They're Positively Parnwell, and they've done a gym over at the park, and they've done some minor improvements in other places as well, so it's really good.
The community has had a massive input into the projects. The most important contribution, though, that the community has made is by volunteering their time to help make the improvements. A lot of the work in Parnwell was done by volunteers, which enabled the community to really get involved and help improve their own area, which hopefully they'll continue to do into the future.
Residents have said that since the improvements that Fair Share have made, you know, for instance, the bus shelters, the play equipment, the general improvement of the area, you know, they've felt safer. And in fact, the local housing officer for Home Group said to me recently that Parnwell has become the area of choice for people who want to rent in Peterborough. So I think that's a really positive thing.
When I first moved to Parnwell, the perspective of people was pretty negative. Everybody said we shouldn't go and live near Parnwell. But the Fair Share, over the years, with the Fair Share help, that has changed.
I think the main thing I've learned from the project is that for it to be successful, there really needs to be a community development worker, some kind of worker based in the area in Parnwell itself, and that's one of the key things that's worked very well here. And of course, bringing together the community groups for a lasting, sustainable solution is the local delivery group.
Well, you must involve the local residents, but they need support from experienced professionals. We had Michael and June, who have really become one of the community.
I think what's changed within Parnwell is that the residents have more confidence that their voices will be heard, and that their residents group can actually make a change, and they don't have to rely on other people.
I think Positivity Parnwell is a really good example of agencies working together in a small area with a very action-based action plan that has delivered clear and sustainable improvements to the quality of life for people living there. The lesson for other areas is to work together to form similar groups in order to improve the quality of life in other areas of Peterborough.
As a councillor, I feel that it's very important that the Parnwell model be looked at, especially the local delivery group model, and something similar to that be rolled out across the city over other resident association groups, because it gives us the ideal model on how to work. I think it fits in with the City Council's agenda as well as actually empowering the communities.